Okay, sorry with daylight savings, I just didn't realize it's quite so late. So can everybody hear me well? Okay, great. Okay. Okay, so nearly there. Okay. All right. So let's see if there's any questions. Okay, good. Okay, so Rupi can hear very well. All right, so if there's something, trade or anything that's available in one of the other currencies, please just post it and we can have a look. Okay, so just to give a bit of variety, I've put some templates for pound Swiss. Okay, so okay, question. Okay, Aussie US M5. Aussie US M5. Okay, we'll bring it up. And we'll see what's happening. Okay. That's what happens when I try to rush it along. Okay. All right. Yep. Okay, there it is in front of us. Okay, so well, let's just see what's happened. Confirm red vertical line. Okay. So price wants to get a current low diamond. That means a diamond that's got a white dotted line, which it has. Our center line is still solid pink, so there's still momentum going down. Okay. It's reached the riverbank, remember? It's reached the opposite channel line as well, red channel line. Okay, so M5, it's 10 pips, yeah? 10 pips a channel, so the channel's too close, and 10 pips down is pretty much from the open price of the special candle. Okay, so now it's onto there, so down here. So it's gone outside riverbank, and the riverbank here is pretty close to the open percentage, okay? So the price doesn't like to stay out of there too much. The next target is this area down here, okay? So it's about 5 pips further on. So in this situation, price might consolidate, go sideways a bit, perhaps come back in and then push down, okay? But it's certainly having a traction down towards here, so to that support line. So yeah, perhaps I should have made this all multi-chart. Okay, so over here, we can see in the 15-minute, the first support band. We've also got the channel line. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is just put a multi-screen chart on it. Okay, so Aussie US. So we can just view it properly. Okay. All right, so as you can see, having the multi-chart gives us a view of the M30, opposite Riverbank, Diamond, 161, the breakout. Just below that is that same support band, and we can see that there's a 200 level. So there's a reasonable amount of traction there. But the first target of the support band is strong, a diamond's appeared. So with that, it's attained all its achievable targets and destination. Yeah. So okay. So over here, we're getting a bit of support for downwards, that downward movement. Think in windows 3 and 4. Got a reversal alert from W5. Yeah, because of there. So that's about 14.5 minutes ago. Okay. 7 o'clock. And that would probably represent a lot of the Aussie 5. Okay. But certainly the support band is something that is probably desired to go and touch. It's really that close. Okay, so I suppose the only thing that's really missing that would have provided a bit more information to us would have been report lines. Okay, so why is this funny shape? Some of you might have noticed that the market opened at 8 o'clock Melbourne time today because of daylight savings. Okay, so might have to adjust that setting to reflect that. Okay, so the one part that we'll notice is the flow of the story. Like in window 5, you've already got the retracement showing pink to go along with window 3 and 4. Okay, price came from the sell zone. The same thing here. So you have what we have here is all charts agreeing that this downward movement was going to occur. Okay, and the confirmed lines when they appeared would have been very strong for the sell, and the achievable destination being the river and open percentage level were clear targets, followed by the 1-for-1 of the trade management line on that first confirmed vertical line. Okay. Yes. So yeah, so we can go and follow that to see whether when it achieves that part there, but with the momentum there, price has really only got 1 or 2 pips to achieve that. Okay, so and then when in the M30, you can see that the diamonds at the river bank, Pink River Bank, it goes a little bit more, will be outside, so there's going to be definitely some sort of pullback. In there. Okay, so okay, yes, always playing with things, as you can see I am. All right, yep. So over here, this is the briefcase here. So to price wanting to come back down. If it does, up there we can see that Pink River Bank and open percentage line at 0.236 and support band 2 are all in that area. Okay. So given from from now to later on tonight, we could probably expect, unless something different comes up, that Aussie might want to come down to this level here. Yep. Okay. So 312 can also be 0.0767250, which is every 25 pip interval that Aussie does have a liking for. Okay. So yeah. Now the 8-hour report doesn't have the bands because it would conflict with the session boxes. Okay, the shading of the section, the different time, well, London, Asian, and US session. Okay, but you can see that the channel lines on the 67380. Okay, so which means that somewhere just inside that support band. Okay, so even in the time that we've come on board and looked at it, it's just keep pushing down a little bit. Okay, we can see the orange gritty line above the solid pink, so just suggesting there's still momentum. So it'd be a very, very high probability that it will hit this band. Okay, so probably by the time we finish this webinar, or a bit afterwards. Okay, so our vertical or fulcrum trading of the confirmed vertical line is very strong. Okay, when we have it confirmed, we expect it to get a current low diamond with dotted white line appearing. When it starts appearing and it's outside, it's not far from its journey. Okay, and may want to pull back, and if it still wants to go down, it'll pull back like this, and if it wants to go down further, that's what's going to. Okay, so you've probably seen that happen a few, but once again, once it's hit this area, we let it play out and see whether it wants to go back to the sell zone. Okay, so we don't automatically assume that it is. We do want to go and see the signals being generated, either by blue vertical lines if it wants to move up a bit further, back to the balance line, the pivot, and then come down. Yep. Okay, so all we're doing is allowing to see the flow of a desired destination and price will do a staggered movement downwards. So we can go and see the possible movements, and then we wait for the actual signals to come. Okay, so we don't act in anticipation before they happen, because currency will probably have a laugh at us and give us a little slap, play with us a bit, etc. Okay, so here we take our profit expectation, bounce there. If there's an opportunity, we may get an alert here, and then we from window 5, and we may get green shading windows 3 and 4. Okay, but once again, with the alerts from window 5, we're only really looking for achievable targets, destinations. Yeah, so opposite riverbank, first point, if it's going to go back up, will be the 0 point. Okay, so retrace, achievable target, first achievable destination is open percentage 0. Okay, next one would be the balance point. Okay, we wouldn't expect it to do much more than that. In fact, we'd need to see all the other time frames go dotted and exhibit enough momentum to go up. Okay, so here we can see it's reaching that support band 1. Okay, and channel line. Okay, yeah. Nice to see our gritty lines separated from our center line in the M15. Okay, so yeah, as well, price came from the sell zone, orange separated and above dotted yellow, so sell zone, come into buy zone, and piercing the riverbank, touching support. Okay, and here, as we can see, 200 Fibonacci level, breakout level. So attraction was strong there. We do expect it to go and perhaps pull back a bit. Okay, I don't think there's any news as such. So yeah, so no need to go and wish that if you close this trade now, to wish that I kept in and kept going there, because as you can see, price can show momentum and then quickly pull back 10 pips. Okay, so always be satisfied with your achievable targets when they're met, and don't be tempted. Once again, if you are tempted and you are in that trade, always take at least 2/3 of it back and take profit, and you can leave a third to see if it can achieve a further target. Okay, it's a very good practice to lock some of your profit away, and if there's enough on the charts that suggest that it can push more before it pulls back, but more than likely it'll pull back, and if it wants to go further down, we may see this sort of scenario. Okay, very similar to last week's. When we marked it out, see price action do that staggered pull back up and go back further down. Okay, so And for us to be able to look at that and see that movement, we've got to see what the template's drawing visually in front of us. Okay, because that allows us to see what's catching its eye. Yeah, there we are. Achieve the channel line. Okay. Yes, yes. So all the brokers are slightly different, and I'll pull Pipperstone up. Sorry, I'll see. Ah, okay, sorry. Yeah, I've just moved my chart, so everything disappeared. It's my fault because I didn't put on the new share. Okay, so just what it looks like in Pipperstone. Okay. Yes. So it's getting to 7:29, so must be getting close to 7:30 where alerts will happen. Okay. Well, let's have a look now. Go markets. Okay. I'll just pull one up and go markets. Might be a bit quicker. Yeah. Yeah. So it's that 7:30 where any alerts that will happen in the 5-minute intervals, 15-minute intervals, 30-minute intervals. So the free, that's okay. All right. Yes. Okay. So we can see over here on Go Markets, there was actually a open percentage level. Yep. That was the bottom of that support band. Okay. Which on a different, which on okay, so yeah, so there's some variance in the levels, and that's why if you're posting, I need to see a picture because you may have a different broker and it might look different on my from the broker I'm looking at. So it's always best to send it, okay? So as you can see, even just with between Go Markets and 8cap, there's a difference, but notice the things that aren't different. The river's not different. Where the vertical lines appear are pretty close and the same. Okay. So yeah. Okay, a lot of chat tonight. Okay, so yeah. So let's go back here. Okay, so we can see that even coming up, the band was very attractive for price action. And I'm just putting it into 15 so we can just see where the channel line was on that. Okay. Okay, yeah. So an 8 cap, 15-minute channel line just continued across. Okay. But you notice that the band, channel line, they're all in similar locations. Okay. And window, once again, our shading is all there. Okay. Let me get back to 8 cap. So, okay. So once again, the same criteria. We're always looking for the criteria to be met. And when it's met, what does it mean? It means blah, blah, blah. It's going to expected to achieve the opposite riverbank, perhaps the opposite channel, a 1-for-1. And if there's any other levels around that same area, when they all start arriving at the same area in the multiple time frames, it just shows you that that price that it's moving towards has a strong attraction. Yep. So here on the H1, okay, price, the band over here, M30, the riverbank to support band 1, and you've got the Fibonacci breakout, exceeded the 161, went to the 200. Yep. Okay, so price indicator wanted to go down. So what we do is on the chart, we look to see below and what things the chart is presenting that we can see the price would like to go to. Okay, and when we do that, generally it'll be reflected and would stand up. Okay, so once again, these things are the scenarios that could happen. Okay. So yeah. So we don't anticipate, we wait until the signals come. Okay, so okay, we have this one that we did this extra. So yeah, so that's, yeah. Okay, so once again, as we said last week, or I said last week, the yellow, the blue and the white line that was in window 1 to help you see and support the information that's being presented by W5, window 5. Yep. So now that we're given additional belief by seeing that what's in window 1 that was outlined and indicated by the cross was well and truly supported in window 5 of it. So we don't really need those training wheels anymore. As you can see, it's getting back to a very clean buy zone, sell zone, orange line below or above center line. So just using your PDF and then being able to go and have the overall picture. And yeah, once again, when there's a movement and it's supported and direction from other time frames, these scenarios as an environment to provide a very safe and generous profit, and generally will happen reasonably quick. Yeah. Okay, so our time's probably running out for tonight. Okay. Yeah. Looks like the support bands in 8cap and and go markets seem to be very similar because price actions at the bottom of the support band. So yeah, so if there's no other questions, we shall conclude tonight. Tonight's webinar. Thank you for your participation, and I'll post a recording after each of you. Let's just see. All right. Thank you. See you next week. Thank you. Good night.